Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and I hope that you are enjoying this quarantine as much as I am. I roll. But yeah, I am in quarantine. I'm social distancing. I am at home. This is me doing readings again. And so in today's reading, I'm doing April predictions about what's going to happen to everyone in April, what I see from Spirit, what did the cards show me, etc. So here we go. And so, as you know, we are all under that coronavirus lockdown, quarantine, social distancing, and there's a lot of questions about the stimulus package. There's a lot of questions about whether or not people are going to return to work in April. The president has spoken about April 15th, or not April 15th, but the day after Easter, being very symbolic, and that he feels like a lot of Americans would be able to return to work and people would be able to get back to some form of normality. Okay, so this video is not going to be super long, but I am going to get to the main talking points. I know that a lot of you aren't really asking. I still see, with this card here, I don't know if y'all can see that there's still going to be a sense of quarantine. We will still be quarantined at least half of the month of April, if not the whole month of April. There's a lot of fears around that. That's obvious, because people don't want to don't want to go back out in public for the time being while this virus and the numbers keep rising. I do get, though, that the energy that Trump has right now is very much like that of the Hangman. That's the card that I got. So when I see that, it's like he wants to move forward. He wants things to really start going back to normal, but I feel like there is some danger if we were to go back around April 15th. I don't feel like that is enough time for the virus, but yet there's a lot of people that want to go back immediately around, or starting like in ripples. So it's very possible that a few people will go back to work, in waves in certain parts of the country, which I feel like this is something that he may have already discussed about. But something is happening in April that's big. The Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. Numbers are going to go down in April, even though I know a lot of people forecast, or like these top advisors have forecasted that this virus and whatnot is going to keep going and lingering, pretty much. I don't see that for April. I feel like some of the numbers are going to go down. Again, some people will be returning back to work. The checks will be rolled out, but they're not going to hit everyone all in the month of April. I feel like some people will get it in May. There's going to be some kind of anger or upset, riots, or something that's going on, because a lot of people are going to get the checks and some are not. And the ones that are not are going to need the checks. They need the money the most. And there's like, I feel like it's not organized on the way that it's going to be done. So a lot of people may experience delays and then get like two checks. The first check and the second check, or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of different theories on how it's going to happen. All I know that there is delays on how this is all rolling out. Then the card that I got, the next card, is the Fool, and it's about people wanting to take chances. I feel like the energy of the President Trump, is that he wants to move forward. But it's like there's a lot of financial drive behind this, wanting to move forward, which is okay. I understand it, but I feel like it's going to be, if we return back to something, back to work, I feel like it would be safer at the end of April, because that gives like quite enough time for a lot of this to be pushed out. Then I have the King of Pentacles, which is again money. The King of Wands, a lot of communication about money. We're going to receive a lot more updates about schools. Certain schools are not going to resume back until next year, until the fall semester. But there's going to be a lot of communication that's rolled out through the first 2 weeks of April. Well, through the whole month of April, but the first 2 weeks specifically. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So the energy here, again, is the Ten of Swords. A lot of people are going to feel betrayed by the government, by this package that's coming out. The thing is that there's people that are never going to be satisfied no matter what the government does for them or what they do or what they get. If it's 1,200, they're not happy. If it's 5,000, there's someone that is still not going to be happy, okay? There's no way to satisfy every single person. But I see people kind of, I don't know, there's going to be some people that don't need the checks, that get it, that are going to do things with that money. I don't know, but there's like something about the money or the funds not being used properly by certain people, okay? A lot of people are going to start traveling again. You're going to start seeing in the month of April a lot of the airlines resuming slowly back to traveling. Maybe more like internationally, but only to certain areas, and certain areas will still be prohibited. But I feel like we're going to see that. And then with the Nine of Pentacles, you're going to start seeing the economy, the stock market. A lot of people have been asking me about the stock market. It's going to go back up in the month of April. I don't know how far up. Like, I'm not a person that does investments or stock, so I can't tell you for sure, but I can tell you that from what I'm seeing, that there is going to be some good things coming to those who have invested and that are in the stock market. And there's going to be some people that have come out of this with a lot of loss from the stock market. There's going to be a lot of pricing for people that are wanting to buy homes. And possibly, like, you know, move. There's going to be a lot of prices going down on homes, on properties. A lot of pricing around the nation is going to continue to kind of go down or stay like at a certain level that's much lower than what it would have been before this virus. I also feel like there's a lot of happiness coming to people, to families. So there's going to be a large group that is happy with what the government's doing. Then you're going to have a large section of people that are not happy with what the government's doing. And it's going to be a political war in many ways. I don't mean like a world war, but Democrats versus Republicans. It's going to get pretty ugly in the month of April is what I'm seeing. And the best message here, if you are affected in any way by this and you're not working, is to be very patient with the Temperance card. Because again, I feel like some people are just not happy and not patient. And again, that's not going to serve you anything or do any good. But yes, help is on the way. I feel like there is going to be some progress made in the people that have contracted the disease, and you know, medicines being administered. Like I said before, vitamin C is going to be integral in addition to the malaria drug and the azithromycin, or the antibiotics that are given to treat the coronavirus. So I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel by the time we get into April, but people will not feel normality until like after summer, going into the fall, when, you know, a lot of these cases maybe have dwindled down. And by fall, you know, time, I feel like we'll have more advances. There will be more studies, more information, and possibly even a vaccine that it comes out that, again, will not be mandatory, but will be something that people, you know, if you feel like you are at high risk, you could take it. I am not going to be one that gets it. I'm not going to get that vaccine when it comes out, because I haven't gotten any of the flu vaccines at all. I don't want them. I feel like I get sicker with it, because it isn't like an actual strain of the flu, even if it's dormant or whatever. Alright, so that's what's coming in from Spirit regarding April 2020. There is a lot of changes being rolled out. There may be some key people that are in the office that step down or step away from their duties. permanently. We will probably see that as well. And then there's going to be a lot of bickering between the USA and China. Again, that's what I can tell you. That's what I see, you know. So if you have any suggestions on other videos that you'd like me to start doing again, like on celebrities or any other topics that you want me to cover, let me know in the comment section below and I will do it. Until next time, love and light. Bye.